save the day. You've gone out of your damn mind, kids. Nobody cares about what you say. So you scream, oh please look at me, living through an iPhone TikTok dream. Rape me, date me, grade me, pay me, begging for attention. Boo-hoo, you've gone out of your damn mind, kid. Nobody cares about what you do. Wanna play the victim, wanna be the hero, looking like a miserable, confused weirdo. Think you got it figured out for everybody else when you don't even know yourself. All your selfies ain't no revolution, they're slowing down our evolution. I suppose I need to apologize, and if I don't, you hope and wish.
That music video, I think, expresses everything I wanted to say without me having the fear of being canceled for it. And lots of people are dedicating that music video to the libs of TikTok that sadly we have to bid farewell in our online discourse since, of course, they were just censored by Twitter. But wait, there's a lot of things happening there. Welcome back, beautiful and amazing human beings. This is Luke Rudowski here of wearechange.org. And man, do we have some crazy news to get into, as of course things are getting very spicy and exciting over at Twitter, which we're predominantly going to be focusing on in this video, as well as a lot of the other important geopolitical and domestic policy events unfolding right now on the world stage. We're going to get into all of that, plus a lot more on this independent media broadcast. But before we do, the small excerpt of the video that we played in the beginning of this broadcast is by 5 Times August. That is the YouTube channel that uploaded this video, and if you want to watch the video in full, we will of course link it down in the description below. And from my perspective, it is definitely a modern work of art that is absolutely relevant to understanding our carefully curated algorithms and their real-life effects. Algorithms by big tech social media companies that are unaccountable, secret, private, and do influence our modern society, and those algorithms might soon be getting a shakeup as Elon Musk is literally entering the arena by force when it comes to this social media landscape, as he even previously announced this on 60 Minutes.
You tweet a lot.
I use my tweets to express myself. Some people use their hair. I use Twitter.
Well, but you use your tweeting to kind of get back at critics.
Rarely.
You kind of have little wars with the press.
Twitter is a war zone. If somebody's going to jump in the war zone, it's like, okay, you're in the arena. Let's go.
You tweet a lot.
And let's go is what a lot of people are saying, as it looks like Elon Musk is literally trying to own the libs, as he has made an offer to buy 100% of Twitter in cash. This is a major, significant move that will, of course, have a huge shakeup in the online digital discourse, as Elon Musk put a $41 billion hostile takeover bid to take over Twitter and make it private, even specifically trolling and joking that he is going to pay $54.20 per share. This is $9 more than what Twitter closed for, and a lot of people are, of course, mentioning the cheeky 420 joke that Elon Musk so often likes to use on the internet. Elon Musk sent out a public letter, which was released to the general public, saying that this is his best and final offer, insisting that he is not going to be playing, quote, a back and forth game here. As of course, the price is a very significant one. It is a premium price that Elon Musk is offering here, which is significant, and we're going to talk about that in just a little bit. As of course, we're getting reports that Twitter is having an all-hands-on meeting with employees right now in the making of this video. Are they preparing them for their new owner, Elon Musk? Are they telling them that they're going to make a move that's not financially good for stockholders? What are they doing? Well, we don't know. It's a private meeting. With, of course, a private company, which a lot of blue checkmark woke individuals have recently forgotten, as, of course, there is a huge tsunami of outrage by absolutely insane human beings freaking out at the possibility of a shift change at Twitter that symbolically is representing a shift towards free speech and not curated algorithms. Many people are threatening to leave the site if there's free speech on it, saying somehow that free speech is going to lead to authoritarianism, which is absolutely nonsensical and illogical. Max Boot, a CFR fellow, takes the cake for today when it comes to representing the lunacy in response to this news, officially saying, quote, "I am frightened by the impact on society and politics if Elon Musk acquires Twitter. He seems to believe that on social media, anything goes. For democracy to survive, we need to make more content moderation, not less." Excuse me, he said it more with a lisp. Not less. I couldn't out myself, but yeah, of course. Yeah, nothing says democracy like a few unaccountable technocratic oligarchs deciding what people can listen to and not listen to. Yeah, Max there definitely makes an unhinged, crazy point that, of course, a lot of people are ridiculing, as even Glenn Greenwald publicly declared today that he is canceling all of his commitments for the day so he could, quote, "watch liberals become more unhinged, hysterical, and panicked over the prospects that they may not be able to wield censorship power on Twitter." Again, and then some of the responses here, especially by Jeff Jarvis here, are absolutely crazy. Now, a couple things to respond to some of this unhinged madness. Number one, if you don't like something on Twitter or someone or what they're saying, you could block it. You don't have to listen to it or hear to it. It's a personal decision for what you want to hear. And if you're a person that wants to control thoughts and ideas and use censorship as a tool for political power, if you need censorship in order to advance your agenda, maybe your agenda is not worthwhile. Maybe your agenda is not good if it can't stand any kind of criticism or speech or debate surrounding it. And yeah, sorry, not sorry to all the crazy people calling for more censorship. Now, there are some other critiques of Elon Musk. We're going to get into those in just a little bit, but one of the specific ones is that he is, of course, super rich, and that the super rich shouldn't be the ones controlling communications in the world. And in a way, I think there's some merit to that argument, but I think those discussions should have started a long time ago, as, of course, the New York Times is owned by one of Mexico's richest men. The Washington Post is owned by Amazon. The Atlantic is owned by Steve Jobs' widow. The Globe and Mail is owned by Canada's richest man. And the only difference now is that this richest man, who's trying to control communication, is offering and promising free speech on the platform, unlike all those other rich oligarchs who, of course, do and promote the opposite of that. Now, we have to realize there's a big possibility that this deal might actually go through, and Elon Musk might fully outright own Twitter. He's offering $9 more a share than the closing price of the stock, which, according to many financial analysts, only a fool or, quote, someone intentionally trying to limit speech in the world would turn that offer down. This is the commentary by Tim Young. The shareholders of Twitter will, of course, want to do this if they are motivated by profit. The shareholders are going to be angry at the leadership at Twitter if they turn this offer down, since this is a very lucrative offer for them. And if they fail to take this offer, this would make them lose confidence and lose a tremendous amount of wealth. So there's a big possibility that this offer might actually go through, as people are saying that Twitter cannot afford to turn this offer down. Now, no matter how many times insane people on Twitter cry, money talks, bullish walks is the phrase that's important to remember here, as even Jack Dorsey's father is coming out and thinks that what's happening now is great news, as of course his son, Jack Dorsey, previously, just a few days ago, talked about how he felt disappointed after being a part of what he described as destroying the internet. This, as of course Twitter has been becoming more political with their censorship, not only stopping many prominent politicians, congressmen, media pundits, and scientists from expressing their points of view, but also satirical comedy websites like the Babylon Bee and now the libs of TikTok that have been taken off their platform, suspended over, of course, arbitrary subjective views of their very vague terms of service. services. Again, when you look at censorship, it leans one way. It's predominantly against anti-establishment figures, and it's overwhelmingly in the favor of big money interest, corporate interest, banking interest, and political interest that are usually on the woke neoliberal spectrum. Elon Musk is, of course, talking a big game about changing this and allowing free speech on the platform. Ideas and concepts that human beings could actually filter out themselves, with a concept that some people have forgotten called discernment, which we all have within ourselves. And as many scientific studies have shown, if you truly want to fight bad ideas, you will fight them with good ideas and not censorship that only emboldens them. And allowing societies to have free speech is absolutely crucial and essential to having free societies and also prosperous societies, as the two are linked and correlated historically all throughout written human history. So this is a major move. The larger question is Elon Musk going to actually keep his promise here? If he does take over, there's of course a lot of people criticizing him for his business ties with the Chinese government, him launching internet satellites that are being used for military purposes, especially now in Ukraine, him trying to implant human beings with microchips, and of course working on the latest cutting edge artificial intelligence. Where does Elon Musk stand on this? Well, this is actually a video that we talked about specifically in great detail in yesterday's LukeUncensored.com exclusive video, which is only available for members. We went deep into the topic of if we could trust Elon Musk or not. Is he the modern Iron Man? Well, that's again something that a lot of people are making comparisons to, but we had a very frank and open discussion about this larger topic, all on our exclusive membership-only website with 3 masterclasses, exclusive t-shirts available at cost, no profit to us. We just launched an absolutely spectacular t-shirt only available for members on LukeUncensored.com, which you could only get by signing up and clicking the link down in the description below and being a part of our anti-secret society that, of course, strives on helping you deal with the chaos in the world and the ever so turbulent insanity ahead of us. This is a way of me being able to help you, you help me, and we get to say and do what we want, since, of course, we're living in a day and age where you have to be careful about the ideas you express on big tech social media. The ideas that I'm able to express, the tips I'm able to share, I can't on this platform. So I hope to see you there later on today for yet another exclusive video that we will be shooting for you later on today. Now, Elon Musk obviously has been dominating the headlines, and it's an important topic since, of course, there's a lot of ramifications surrounding this bigger financial takeover of Twitter. But there's also a lot of other news that we should actually talk about, especially with the latest poll numbers from the Biden administration that have dropped dramatically. And gee, we wonder why. As, of course, the last 5 presidents of the United States have indebted this country into $30 trillion of debt, which is absolutely unpayable, creating financial servitude to the larger banking corporate class that, of course, is taking over every aspect of our life, to the point where they're literally trying to control our thoughts and ideas, and where they arbitrarily punish us with nonsensical, unscientific moves just like the muzzling, which will continue according to the CDC, as they just have extended the federal mask mandates for planes and trains in the United States for just 2 more weeks. Since, it's just 2 weeks to slow the spread, just 14 days and everything will go back. Just comply a little, just give us a little bit. And over 2+ years later, we have this arbitrary policy that's not based on any kind of data, any kind of evidence, any kind of information that, of course, a lot of people don't want to comply with, but they're forced to do so by the decree of their benevolent dictator who could barely make a coherent statement together. This as they spend more money and we become less safe, less free, and have less privacy, as the New York City Police Department literally spends $5.5 billion on safety and security, and literally can't stop a black supremacist who on YouTube is bragging about what he was going to be doing. Now, we talked about this story yesterday, and we have to admit that there are conflicting reports about this man's interactions with the FBI, and some of the reports that we stated yesterday might be incorrect. And even though a lot of people face big tech censorship online, this man was able to spew absolutely racist hatred against white people on YouTube, essentially laying out his plan, launching smoke bombs, shooting 33 times, luckily not critically injuring one human being, picking the one train station where the cameras didn't work, then dropping his weapon, credit card, and keys to the U-Haul truck, which he rented in his own name, and then literally turned himself in after walking the city 29 hours. Yes, Frank James, the black supremacist, was literally walking around New York City for 29 hours as the NYPD, with intelligence-level spying tools, with an international spying ring that works internationally all around the world, that spends $5 billion on security, on a surveillance system that really is a red light camera ticketing system, couldn't find him as he was walking the city, to the point where he turned himself into custody. And when he did, the gala-loving, partying mayor took credit for taking him down, saying, quote, "We got him, we found him." No, he turned himself in, dude. You didn't do nothing. Stop trying to take credit for something you didn't do, because you're an absolute failure, and you're focusing on forcing 5-year-olds to wear masks rather than, of course, actually, helping the people of New York City, actually doing your job, actually being there for them. Again, this story is bizarre. It's absolutely wild. The guy called cops on himself. And if it's not domestic violence you have to worry about, especially in democratic cities in the United States, it's international violence, as of course, geopolitically, I would say we're on the verge of some very serious consequences that, of course, a lot of people are not taking serious. There have been a lot of major escalations made by the West, by the East, by Russia, by the United States, by Japan going after Russia, Finland, Sweden saying that they're going to become members of NATO, Vladimir Putin moving significant military hardware towards, of course, Finland. And man, we are dealing with an absolutely crazy geopolitical situation, which, of course, we're going to be talking about later on today on LukeUncensored.com, since I do believe we are on the verge of some very significant moves that are absolutely worth talking about. I'm going to be talking about that plus a lot more on LukeUncensored.com. That's it for me today. Those are my opinions, my perspectives, and if you thought I was wrong in any way, shape, or form, let me know why in the comment section below. I appreciate the constructive criticism. I appreciate the different points of view. I appreciate being able to have you as an audience, because you guys help me see things that I wouldn't naturally see. I only have one set of eyeballs, and you guys participating in this independent media broadcast means the world to me. Watching these videos all the way until the end means so much to me, and I can't thank you guys enough for that. If this video resonated with you, share it with your friends and family members. It's one of the only ways that these videos actually go out there. We don't do any advertisements. We don't do any kind of marketing. It's all word of mouth, especially with big tech algorithms many times punishing us for daring to talk about issues that, of course, are too spicy. Now, the spicy issues, LukeUncensored.com. We figured out a good strategy to keep everyone happy and to try to help as many people as possible. You're a part of that, and this is why I love you guys. Stay tuned for a lot more here on wearechange.org.